Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday, just after 8 o'clock now. It is the 29th of August. Before we jump into our news and weather headlines, I want to remind you, of course, like every day, we're live on Facebook right around this hour. It goes on your Facebook feed for the rest of the day, so you can watch it anytime you want. We also make it into a podcast, if that's how you'd like to get your news. We make it very easy anywhere you can get your podcast, but also inform.com/podcasts, and just look for the Inform Minute. You can also find us on our Inform YouTube channel and live on air every weekday morning from 5 to 7 a.m.
All right, Dylan, big story of the day. That smoke is coming back to our area. It's not nice. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
What other opinions do you have about it? I mean, I don't think anybody likes it. I mean, does anybody, like, the one cool thing, I guess, with the smoke is the sunrise to sunsets.
Cool
Like this
pictures.
morning as the sunrise came up, it was just a big orange or pinkish ball in the sky.
Yeah.
It looks way better in person than it does on camera or on like a photo. It's just huge. It's just a giant pink ball that appears from nowhere. Obviously it's the sun, but it's, you know, that's kind of cool.
Some people get some really great pictures.
Yes.
But like I try to on my phone and
doesn't
it's
work.
like, it doesn't work.
It doesn't
so I know
work.
what you're saying. Like it's
Like,
when they do.
Like this morning, you know, Lydia showed our tower cams. I showed, like, I guarantee you what it looked like in person. I was like, that thing's huge.
Yeah.
Like, what it looks, it's just like the moon. You know, the moon.
Didn't do
full
it
moon.
justice.
Yes, exactly. Doesn't do it justice. But anyways, yeah, smoke is here. Air quality alert in effect for all of western Minnesota until 6 a.m. tomorrow. Although North Dakota is still going to have bad air quality, they just do not have a pollution control agency. Air quality is going to be in the unhealthy category for much of the day, especially as we get into later parts of the day, as smoke just lingers, which is not fun.
No.
Nobody likes smoke, so.
Not at all.
Tomorrow that will change though. It will slowly become less smoky as the south breeze picks up. We warm up temperatures into the middle 80s, so that's good. At least only a one-day stay of the smoke, but one day is one day too many.
Yeah. And usually when we're talking about the smoke, a lot of times it seems like it's not really going to affect people that, you know, you just have like a normal functioning respiratory system.
Yeah.
But today is a day where, you know, anyone could kind of start feeling it.
Exactly.
So
yeah, it's something
just
that
be careful out
yes, everyone could be affected by this smoke. So
Yeah.
one of the worst days we probably had in a while, just in terms of affecting everybody.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if you memorized the numbers. Can I put you on the spot?
38,072,316 acres have burned so far from Canadian wildfires in Canada.
Really cool stat.
Yeah.
I mean, tells you the magnitude of this.
It does. Lydia, are you fact checking me?
No.
I think it's right. I think that's right. No, I don't know. I just posted on my Facebook page. You can find it there. It's somewhere around that number. Anyways, that's greater than the size of Georgia.
Yeah.
So that is the size of Georgia, then plus a couple 10,000 acres. That is how much acres have burned in Canadian wildfires so far this summer. That smashes their previous record. It doubles it, in fact, set back in 1995.
That's sad. It's
So, yeah, it's been just a crazy wildfire season. We've had 31 air quality alerts issued by the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency this summer, which is just an astounding amount. And of course, we're all sick of it. But
Yes.
just got to show you that Canada's on fire, and it's the worst one by far.
Yeah,
Not even close.
And
Doubles
you,
it.
And
Doubles
you
the
said
previous
this
record.
morning too, it's probably not going to be slowing down until snow flies in Canada.
Yeah, usually wildfire season ends about mid-October when you start to get snow and things start to, of course, get more, moisture. But until then, it's just right now what fuels wildfires are hot days that dry things out, and then wind. In the summer, obviously, it's always hot, and that dries things out quicker.
Yeah.
And of course, also in summer, you have thunderstorms. Lightning strikes can start, wildfires, and they can spread. But they're not always caused by lightning strikes. In fact, most of them are caused by humans. So a lot of different, scenarios there. But wildfire season typically ends in October. We'll see, though. Still have a good month and probably half to go, at least, until we start talking about that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's another month and a half of dealing with it, which is never fun.
And talking about hot weather, though, as you extend your forecast, we talked about getting rid of the smoke. We have a hot Labor Day weekend on the way.
And it's hot right now in Canada where those wildfires are. So it's just more fuel, I guess, if, any more fires do start. It's tough for firefighters to fight those. But yeah, that hot weather is headed our direction into the weekend, 90s for Labor Day.
The good news there, I guess, is it'll be a nice weekend to go to the lake.
I guess, yeah, last good hurrah of the
Last
weekend.
hurrah, yep.
Yeah, so that's good. But other than that.
All right, sounds good.
Hot.
Thank you, Dylan.
Yep,
It's hot.
thank you.
All right, we had breaking news for you overnight. We broke this on First News this morning. 2 people are under arrest after leading police on a chase in a stolen pickup. It actually started in Moorhead and started in Fargo, ended in Moorhead. So both Fargo and Moorhead police were involved in this. Fargo police first tried to pull over the pickup early this morning, but the driver took off. Officers eventually found that pickup just abandoned randomly in the yard of a home on 4th Avenue South. It was just southeast of Townsite Park. That video was kind of crazy. You could see like a fire pit, like, just
truck just right in the backyard.
right in the yard, so kind of crazy. When officers found that pickup abandoned, they set up a perimeter, brought in a canine unit from Clay County, searched the area. They were able to arrest 2 people, a man and a woman. We've confirmed that one of the suspects was actually bitten by a dog, but we don't know yet if it was one of those police canines or if it was maybe another dog in the neighborhood, but we do know that that suspect needed medical attention. The driver was identified as 33-year-old Felix Wallet III from Fargo. He was arrested for having stolen property and for fleeing, both in the pickup and on foot. His passenger, 33-year-old Crystal Landa, also from Fargo, she was arrested on an outstanding warrant.
Also new this morning, we've learned a Grand Forks family lost their home in a fire overnight. The good news is nobody was hurt. The fire started in the bathroom and laundry area of a mobile home. The fire was put out once firefighters got to the scene. It was at the Valley Home Mobile Park there in Grand Forks. They were able to contain the fire to just that one area of the home, but the smoke from the fire damaged the rest of the home. Firefighters did not immediately know what caused the fire, and it's still under investigation this morning, but we do know the family is getting assistance.
Today, a woman is in jail on a murder charge, and we're expecting her to be in court this morning. She's accused of selling the drugs that killed a man in White Earth, Minnesota. Investigators say they used text messages and surveillance video to link Carol Nelson to the death of Jude Beaucamp Jr. Court documents allege she sold him fentanyl 2 days before he died of an overdose back in March. She's going to be in front of a judge in Becker County this morning, so watch WDAY News for updates on that story.
We're learning more about a proposed $100 million indoor sports facility in Grand Forks. We now know Grand Forks voters are likely to head to the polls this fall to vote on whether or not they want to extend a 0.75% sales tax to pay for it. The Grand Forks indoor sports facility and indoor aquatics facility is proposed to be built near the Alerus Center on South 42nd Street. It'll include things like a turf facility to accommodate football, soccer, baseball, and similar sports, as well as a 300-meter track. The indoor aquatic facility is intended to serve as a replacement for the Hislop pool, which is scheduled to be demolished in 2025. The proposed election still needs to be finalized and approved by the City Council at their next regularly scheduled council meeting. If approved, the vote will happen on November 14th.
Sanford Health is beefing up its security. We've learned that they've installed a metal detector at the main entrance of the ER. Patients and visitors, this is good to know, you won't have to empty your pockets of your change, phones, anything like that. This metal detector is specifically designed to look for concealed weapons. They tell us no specific incident prompted the installation of this. It just was part of their overall safety plan.
Yep.
The hospital told us they chose the ER door over the main entrance because the facility is a level 1 trauma center, which can bring in patients involved in more violent crimes than anywhere else in the hospital. But we do expect one of those metal detectors to go into the main entrance soon as well.
Starting today, the North Dakota Department of Transportation will temporarily close all driver's license offices. The department's online services, kiosks, and mobile app will still be available, though. Those closures will last through today and tomorrow. It's for employee training that they have going on. However, all motor vehicle offices will stay open during their regular business hours.
As of 4 this morning, when many of you are still sleeping, we broke this on First News as well. Tropical storm Idalia is now a hurricane. The storm is bearing down on the west coast of Florida, expected to make landfall tomorrow morning. We're tracking this for you. Right now it's a Category 1, but expected to be a Category 3 hurricane by the time it hits land.
Yep.
Of course, Floridians bracing for impact, 6 to 10 inches of rain, storm surge, intense wind, all expected. So
yeah, we'll see how it plays out, but hoping for the best, I guess. Also, right now, Idalia is impacting the Fargo airport because they put out an alert today saying that Idalia is impacting travel to Florida and surrounding areas there because of the storm, obviously. They're just essentially saying, check in on your flight status before you head to the airport, make sure it's actually happening. With something like this, it's going to be a very fluid situation with flights in and out of
and
that
there
area.
are actually a lot of flights from Fargo to Florida. I know I flew to Orlando, but there's a lot of different areas that,
Several.
When you live in Fargo, you want to escape every once in a while. But now is not the time to do it. Of course, it's game week. We've been talking about this big week as we prepare for the Bison season opener at
be a
US
lot of
Bank
fun.
Stadium in the Twin Cities this weekend. Well, Hot Mike with Dom Izzo, 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra. As we close in on game day, he's going to have former NDSU superstar. He's my friend, I can call him it.
That's
You
fair.
laughing at me?
I'm not laughing at you.
Pro Bison as well,
Hype him
former
up.
All-American Kyle Emanuel is going to join the show to discuss his key players for the upcoming season. So very excited. We're also going to visit with him a little bit and have some insight that he has on when he played at US Bank Stadium. So that's something we're working on for First News, so you have to tune in for that as well. Plus, MSU Moorhead begins the new year Thursday. Head coach Steve Lockway previews what's ahead for the Dragons in 2023. So
Exciting time.
Hot Mike, 9 to 11.
Football, just around the corner.
Football season.
Love it. All right, and don't forget, for 99 cents a month for your first 3 months, you can get an all-access pass to Inform.com. Just visit Inform.com/subscribe to get that deal.
And remember, we are tracking that wildfire smoke for you. Air quality concerns, our next newscast at 11 o'clock this morning. Dylan's all over that. And of course, then this afternoon, we have you covered 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10 for more WDAY news.
Yeah, and then join us again tomorrow morning for First News from 5 to 7 in the morning. Bye, folks.